Let's start the show.
Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to jojoSPEAKS. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening for another night of hot topics and social commentary. A couple things I want you guys to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. It is free and easy to do. It takes less than half a second to press that big red button. So won't you do it for us? Also, be sure to press the like button, give us a comment on what we're speaking of this evening, and also give us some suggestions on what you'd like to hear us discuss in the future. Be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Last but not least, share jojoSPEAKS all around the world with all your friends, family, loved ones. Tell them jojoSPEAKS is out here in these streets. Got my team back. Mike, Jennifer, Tyrone, what's going on, y'all?
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, not a lot happened this week, but we're going to try to stretch this thing right on out, honey. So our first story has to do with this new dating show that is on Peacock exclusively. It's called The Queen's Court. It shows Evelyn Lozada as well as Tamar Braxton and R&B singer Nivea going to this house and getting these suitors and seeing if they can find some love. And it seems as though two of the three ladies are now engaged. Now, we do not know if that's a result of the show. I'm thinking it might be a result of the show. In the post on the Shade Room, they do have pictures of the men. So I'm not sure if they're on the show or not. The show is available on Peacock right now. I was not necessarily that interested in watching it, but I think now that I see that these people are engaged, I'm thinking there's something like that come out of this. Are y'all excited about the show? Will y'all be watching it? What are y'all's thoughts?
Ciao. I may watch the last episode or something like that just to see, because I was never interested in watching it in the first place. So, I think maybe I just hit the last episode. And to be honest, I personally believe that this was just a planted thing or maybe a lie, in my opinion, just to get us watching. It's like, oh, wow, they're engaged. So maybe I should watch, this progress. Let me see who this is. And I think that's what it was. And they kind of got me. So I think I just hit that last episode. I'm not watching all 10 of them episodes. No.
Well, I'm not interested. I'm not a fan of Evelyn Lozada because I don't stand for what she stands for.
Agreed.
And then also, I like Tamar and I love Nivea, but this show is not. I like them on reality TV where it broadcasts their lives. And Tamar, I like you with your sisters. So I won't be watching it unless there's a big uproar in the community. Where people are talking about it, how good it is, but I doubt that will be flowing our way. So,
and it's already out. It's out.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah,
right. I think we would have heard that by now if it were going to happen.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, and Evelyn Lozada being engaged, don't really care. Like, how many engagements has she had on Basketball Wives, and how many people has she ruined? I mean, I can go there though, but I'm just not happy about Evelyn Lozada. I wish her nothing but the best, but I'm just not here for her, especially when she's the OG.
Right. No, I was done with Evelyn when she kind of turned her back on Jennifer, because Jennifer was my favorite cast member of Basketball Wives. I felt like I related to her the most. I saw a little bit of myself in Jennifer, to be honest. Not in the early seasons, not the latter seasons, but the earlier seasons.
Before Evelyn ran over the table.
When she was up Evelyn's behind that season. Those
right,
seasons?
exactly.
Okay.
Yes, that's the Jennifer that I enjoyed.
When you do dirt with somebody else and then they come around and do dirt on you, now you're acting surprised.
Jennifer, you had something to say? You put your hand up.
Oh no, I was just saying surprise.
Right. But
Jennifer,
I'm happy for Evelyn and Tamar, especially Tamar. It seems like she's coming into her own. I guess. I just hope the best for them. The only reason I would watch the show is for Nivea, because I think Nivea is extremely entertaining just by herself. I think she should probably have a show of her own, because I could just watch her do anything and I'll be entertained by it. So.
Yeah, now I happen to agree with it. If Nivea had her own reality show about just living, it don't even have to be anything special or anything. She has no album coming out. It just be Nivea, because she's already kind of kooky herself. And
right.
She really has a story I think Nivea is very relatable. Also, she
Very
doesn't
much
care about
so.
how famous she gets. She's gonna be the same quirky girl from ATL. So I will always follow Nivea, but I don't want to see her on this show right here. It's something about this show that means that screen's boring.
Right.
Now, I can say in my humblest opinions, I really think that Tamar's time of reality have given her enough slaps in the face. I think that she's on a better path of being
I
a better
agree.
person and found some levelness or whatever. I think that she has, found her way a lot more. So I don't know. I might watch it. Maybe not just the last episode.
I agree that Tamar is not the same brat that she was on Bratz and Family Values.
Yeah.
And earlier, all the seasons actually of Bratz and Family Values. I think after the show ended, she did some self-work, which is very important for everybody who's self-work. But
absolutely,
she really needed it the most because Tamar was something else. And I ain't gonna go down the train, but she was just something else. And if she was my sister. Whew.
And you know what? I do believe that the loss of Tracy, may she rest in heaven. I believe that might have leveled her out a lot too, because getting hit with something that major.
Wake up call.
Yeah, right. That's a wake up call because she loves her sisters. We all saw the love that she has for her sisters, but just the trivial stuff that she would do would cause dissension, which would make, and it's like, I pray that they were on good terms. It sounded like they were before she went to glory because, she was sick. So thank God for that, but I believe that might have leveled her out some. Let me go ahead and put through these comments. We done filled up real quick, y'all. Hold, please.
Is everybody saying hey to everybody? You don't got to read all that now.
I'm not gonna read everybody's hey to everybody.
Okay. Aaron said hey to someone say hey back. I'm like, okay.
Aaron said hey to everyone. Hey Aaron.
How you doing?
Hey Aaron. Thank you for coming, boo.
Tammy's up in here. Say hey to Tammy.
What's going on, Tammy?
Hi, everyone. Hello.
And you know what happened after that. and after that.
And there we go.
And we also have the Naughty Love Movement LLC. She's
hello.
In this building.
Wow.
She says
thank you for joining us this evening.
JoJo and the panel, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, Erin is going to do her greeting. She is the best usher ever in life. And of course, they all greet Erin. Sorry, I can't help it. Naughty Love Moment. Naughty Love says Tamar is a lot more humble, and yes, I agree. We're seeing that right now. She also says, she was so mean to Tracy. Yes, she was. And to be honest, I think she was being mean to Tracy because she was an easy target in a lot of these situations, and she wanted to make TV. That's what I think.
I agree.
I don't know if she's easy target. Tracy would get in your ass if she wanted to now.
True,
that is true.
I was like, I don't know if it was easy.
I think maybe not the easy target. More not on the. I don't say the level, but Tracy was the only one who was in the industry, basically.
Yeah,
and they wasn't really around her that often. So I think because Tracy was, I don't want to get too. I like Tracy so much, and I don't want.
I enjoy Tracy.
And it's been a year. Yesterday I think yesterday that she died. Yes.
Wow, it's been that long already.
It's been a year now. Yes.
Jeez, time has flown by so quickly.
Time has flown by.
Lord have
mercy. Rest in peace.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and God bless her husband and son and
grandson.
Yeah.
Right.
God bless them. I hope they're doing all right.
Absolutely.
Can I ask y'all a quick question? I'm sorry.
Sure.
So I saw that people were believing that Tracy's husband was trying to exploit her passing. Do y'all think that was going on?
Well, see, the thing is, Tracy was a celebrity, and many people loved her, and I think that what the husband did by, I don't. It's a fine line between exploit and then also praising Tracy for who she was. Because I do think Tracy did not get the credit that she deserved while on the Blac Chyna Family's Value show.
Right.
And that is her husband for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I think and she was part of that bike community. I think it's more that bike community they was in that he's been that he's been like. I don't feel exploitation from him. For me, I don't feel it.
I think they wanted I think the world wanted to demonize her husband for some reason. They just didn't like it. Just wanted somebody to be upset at.
I think the Braxtons didn't want to do anything major like as funeral wise. But my thing is, sisterhood and husband is two different things.
It is.
And when I'm married to you, my sisters, they do matter, but you don't come first anymore.
Absolutely, because I was with you every day.
Every day.
Exactly.
And he said it on the show. I've been with Tracy when y'all was treating her wrong. I was the one lifting her up when y'all put her down.
Well then,
exactly. You would expect something more from a husband, possibly, than maybe from the family. It could be vice versa as well. But I don't think anything exploitative happened concerning Tracy's husband.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't feel that way.
Naughty Love says she was mean to Trina and Tawanda too. Teletubbies.
But you know what, Trina though? Trina will get Tamar behind every time too, though.
Right.
Trina can read.
Trina, and I enjoy, but I just didn't like how Tawanda waited until she was about to literally blow up for her to read everybody up in there. But I can
understand Tawanda too, though. I can understand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of sisters. I mean, it's five of them. You think y'all can? Everybody not gonna hear my shoes every time I speak.
Got that right. She also says, rest in heaven, Tracy.
Yes.
Aaron says, I agree with Mike. I felt he wanted to honor his wife. I believe that as well.
Now, if you want to know the difference between exploitation, when Whitney Houston died, and that damn brother and wife. Now that wife, I mean, what's her name? The husband wife, the brother wife.
Yeah.
Now that's exploitation. When the Whitney wasn't dead, 2 months yet before they started a TV show.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
Exploitation.
Yeah, that was exploitation.
Tracy and her husband were solid once they did marriage boot camp. Yeah. I absolutely saw that, and I believe in their season they were one of the real couples.
They was the realest couple, I even believe.
Yeah.
And she's an Aries.
Yay!
Don't do it.
So earlier this week, Whoopi Goldberg found herself in the position where she had to apologize to the Gypsy community for using what seemed to be a slang term, maybe in their community. I'm not sure exactly what she said. Did she say the word Gypsy, or did she say like an off-put of that word? What exactly did she say? Does anyone know?
I'm going to just be quiet because I know that in my community, I know that there's certain things that are sensitive to people, and I don't want to say that another community's verbiage or whatever they think is sensitive to them. I'm not even going to argue with them because we got too much stuff. So I will say, I think these days now, the Gen X or Gen, I don't know what Gen we are, but the new people, the new gays, and the new people
Gen
in the world
Z,
now,
I think it's
the
called.
Gen Z.
I
Z
feel like
they're so sensitive. Really so sensitive. I mean, it is like we can't say anything now these days. And I'm part of the LGBTQ community, and things that I feel like it's not that serious to me, they'll blow up over it. I feel like I started a second job at the gas station, and
how's that going?
It's going. It's not that bad though. It's not that bad. But the first week, my back was killing me because I haven't stood up on a job all day since Chick-fil-A. And I was 15 then. I'm 31 now. So that's a long time ago, okay? The back is a little aged, okay? But I'm good now. Now there's no pain now.
Good.
Wonderful.
You had to get used to it. Get used to it.
That is something.
Yes.
Yeah, when you get old, past 30,
you feel it. I'll be walking like a young around the house now.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, boy.
Yala has a struggle walk if I ain't never seen one before in her 3-inch high heels.
I'm coming. Hold on, beloved. I'll be there.
Yala got that waddle going on, okay?
Well,
Side
I love
to side,
you,
honey. Side to side.
Yes.
I was scared for her walking, but I said, y'all better have some pillows waiting.
Well, she's good though when y'all can do it. But the thing is, people call me like, yes, ma'am, or sir. I was only like, no, I think as long as it doesn't come from a disrespectful place, I don't care. To me,
exactly.
So I'm like, why is we girl brother mean no harm with what she said about the gypsy community?
It's especially with people that just simply don't
know. Yes.
Right. And I've heard a lot of comedians saying that times are so different now compared to how it was back in the 80s or in the 90s, because people like Richard Pryor, people like Eddie Murphy, there were a lot more what they said back in those days. If they said those things in these days, they would be very much considered controversial.
Canceled.
I remember when 9/11 happened, comedians were making jokes about 9/11. Yeah. Now they took something that was not funny, but they made it. I mean, it's still. I mean, rest in peace.
Still absolutely horrible.
But we all laugh at the joke now. But that was still told today.
Right.
Oh, they'll be canceled. So I think the community is so sensitive, and I just hate to see where we'll be 10 years from now. We're not even going to be talking no more, and they're going to be offensive to somebody.
Right, exactly. So, do you think that we just need to get over those types of things, or not be so sensitive towards those types of things?
I think it's certain things that that is disrespectful. Certain words. I feel like go back to mediocre. When I was younger, I couldn't say liar because I was disrespectful. The F word, FGG. That word is. That's a disrespectful word. Cunt. All those words are disrespectful. I think those words should just remain disrespectful. But because I said yellow boy, and now that's like I can't say anything now. I just think
the line is very thin right now. It used to be a lot bigger, but the line is very thin where you can cross that line really, really easily with just the slightest of terms that people use. But for me, as long as it's not blatant and I don't pick up on it, and I don't get something, right up on the inside, I don't feel an effect from it, then it's par for the course. So it is what it is. Go ahead, Jennifer.
For me, I feel like part of the healing comes from all of us understanding who we are. I believe a lot of people are getting upset at things, first of all, that's not their business or has nothing to do with them. That's number one. And secondly, people getting automatically triggered by what other people are saying. I personally feel as if you know who you are and you stand in who you are.
Correct.
There's not going to be much that will be able to deter you from that, or will be able to knock you off your block when it comes to people talking about who they think you are. And I believe that a lot of people are lost these days. So that's why I believe that there are people out there that get triggered a little bit too quickly because they're fighting, first of all, once again, somebody else's war.
Right.
And number two, or none of their business, or they're just trying to, project something and they're not even sure who they really are in the first place.
Right.
Tyrone.
Yeah.
All of this that y'all talking about is a period of awakening. As we talk about woke season and woke this, woke that, we're waking up. This is us discovering ourselves, like you said.
I don't want to say sleep then, because I'm over it.
See, that's the thing. In the awakening season, years, and you talking about like back in the olden days, it was growing pains in that time period, and there was a lot of struggles socially and everything. Maturity had to grow, so it's going to happen. It's just we got to get through it to get there.
Naughty Love Movement LLC said people have lost their sense of humor, high sensitivity. I also agree with that also. And y'all will fix that walk.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey,
I also said everyone was so offended by Chris Rock. He just spoke facts, selective outrage. Now, you know what? And I think my thing is Chris Rock was the person who got slapped. I think whatever he said is justified.
Exactly.
If I would have got slapped, that would have been out the door. I would have called you everything respectfully.
Because I've been disrespected.
Okay, by El Slapo. Okay, across my face. Okay.
Okay, then I go to commercial quickly.
And like he said, it still hurt.
Yes.
Right. And I think it's a matter of people taking themselves a little bit too seriously at the same time.
Yes.
I mean, because, if you let something like something very minor affect you so vividly, it speaks to where you are and how you feel about yourself, because I know who I am. And so there are not a lot of things that are going to affect me like that. So Jennifer, you want to read that comment from Tammy?
Yeah, Tammy says comedians have such a difficult time today. It's a shame. I watch shows from back in the day. They couldn't do it now.
Yes.
They can do it now. Yeah. People are soft. And actually, that makes me think about, I wanted to see more of the Jeffersons. I never really watched the Jeffersons.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Tyra was watching the Jeffersons from point A, from the first episode, first season. Child, he was saying the N-word on TV. He said it a couple of times. Like, I was like,
said it in person. So
and of course, Cracker.
And to find out they were fighting against seeing it to put us in a better light.
Yeah.
As the writers was like, yo, you gonna say it how I wrote it. And
wow.
Like, yo, that ain't how we out here really talking to each other.
Right.
Yes.
And I don't agree. Change it, or we the walking.
And it looked like they changed it, because as they went into like the second season, it was
I never heard
a lot less.
Yeah, I never heard it, to be honest.
Naughty Love says, yes, Jennifer, mind your business.
That's all.
We can only hope so.
Well, they couldn't be my mama's side of the family, my aunts who up in age, who still think gays are considered punks. And that's what they call them. And they don't mean no harm, but that's what they call them back in their day. And they too old to change, but
and that's nothing, understanding. You know, we just got to be understanding, especially of people from different generations. Instead of trying to change them, just understand that this is what they know. Some people want to evolve, and if they want to evolve, they will fight to understand. They will study to understand. But if they don't want to, okay.
My grandma ain't evolving, trust me. Well, she don't even have no internet at her home, no computer.
No internet, no nothing.
Not evolving.
There's no forward movement.
No, none at all.
Rotary phone?
She just got rid of Ashley not too long ago.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, okay.
Upgrade, yay!
Yeah.
Tammy says, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, the list goes on. They couldn't work. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to work out here nowadays. And they are getting triggered. They are uncomfortable, and they can be uncomfortable. They just don't like it. Yeah.
See, you know what? And let me tell you, people will find this comment probably, they say they find that offensive. Well, who is they?
Right. Who is they?
Hey. What do you mean by they?
I'm like, oh my God, y'all. I'm talking about in general, but they will make this comment offensive. It is too much. You can't say nothing now these days.
And do you think that's what's wrong with the woke type of thing that's going on nowadays, where everyone is so woke that we're
I don't feel like that's to be woke though. I just feel like people just want to make an issue. I just want to be heard. I don't know. But my thing is, everything that somebody says that you don't agree upon does not mean it's disrespectful.
Right.
It just means you don't agree upon it.
And we can just live and let live. And I think also some of it is from Caucasian people, not people like Aaron, because we love Aaron, but some some Caucasian people, it just seems like they're fighting to have a fight. They're trying to have a fight, so they choose somebody's fight sometimes, or they go all the way right to make other people their problem when they go through their life with no problems. Some people just want so much to have some kind of drama, some kind of issue, they create one. Let me just try to get through the rest of these, y'all. Nadia Love says, do you think reality TV has watered down comedy and entertainment?
I don't think it's reality TV.
No. I don't think it has anything to do with reality.
I don't think it has to do with that. I think it has to do, unfortunately, with politics.
I think reality TV is comedy to me and entertainment.
I 100%
for the one I watch.
Agree. It is politics.
Politics have done that.
Has dictate the framework.
I totally agree. Yes.
Everything.
Absolutely. Tammy L says, watch Sanford and Son. Hilarious.
It is.
Couldn't do that today.
Okay.
I believe it. Tammy also says, my grandma's favorite show. Yes. Sanford and Son. I think I might have to try to watch it. She said, I still watch on Hulu. Absolutely.
I love
okay.
What's the lady who did the church's commercial? Watch it, sucker. I like her.
Sanford
and Son.
Yes.
Esther. I love when her and Fred go back and forth.
It was.
You know something I'm trying to watch? I think I want to try to find Designing Women.
It's on Hulu.
Because I've been seeing a lot of different clips. The show looks really awesome. I know my mother watched it, not heavily, but she certainly watched it. But you know, they be doing something. They had some really great topics on there. Anywho. I'm trying not to pop my tongue while I'm on here. I don't want to mess y'all day up. Anyway.
Then they need not to walk into my office. I'm sorry. And the whole woke issue was about white people becoming aware of their injustices that have been going on. Example, George Floyd.
Thank you so much, Tammy, for your input with that. That is so true. People just trying to wake up to what's really happening out here in the streets.
That's what I'm saying. There is such an awakening that, like you said, they're trying to find a cause to fight for, and this is what they choose.
If people bored, I'm telling you.
And it's like Governor DeSantis.
And I also feel like there are some groups of people who really haven't had to fight before. So when they find the opportunity to do so, they're excited and they jump at the chance to do it because they want to feel like they've accomplished something. That's how it goes. You want to read Erin's comment, Jennifer?
She said, that is true, Jennifer. Sad to have to admit as a white people. But I have definitely noticed that. Yeah, it's like, I do enjoy the support from our fellow white people. I think it's really awesome how we have great people on the other side of town that really wants to acknowledge and understand and also teach other white people those things and not let some things slide and things of that nature. I really appreciate it. But when it comes to people trying to start swinging on our behalf or, great
example is when Tammy was doing that reality show with and then people were like, you don't say the word nigger because and it was like, you don't.
That was on The Real World.
The Real World.
Yeah.
Everyone was trying to be like have to me back, but it was also being disrespectful in the moment also.
The Latina woman said the word.
You Latina.
Telling that you Latina, so you can say it neither.
You can say it.
With that cigarette coming out her mouth, Lord Jesus.
That is so old school right there.
That cigarette in her mouth was the icing on the cake. It really was.
Look, that is a statement.
That scene will never get old to me.
So speaking of apologizing, we had another famous person who apologized. Lil Nas X apologized for a deleted Twitter post in where he posted a picture of a young woman who favored him in the face. Doesn't look exactly like him, but she looks like she could be related to him possibly. And the post said the surgery was a success. So he apologized to the trans community for that particular post. And I understand that could be seen as insensitive, but Lil Nas X is such a goofy type of character who does like a lot of stuff like that. I know that he wasn't meant to he didn't mean that in a disrespectful manner towards the trans community, but again, the trans community took it as that. But I didn't see how they could have.
No, I think they were being very sensitive and just trying to trying to find an issue with something, because everybody in the world does this all the time where they put up a picture saying I look like this person, or it's the girl kind of looked like if Lil Nas X was a female, this would have been Lil Nas X, or could have been a sister of, or I don't know how that well, he did say I transitioned, but I mean, that's him saying it by himself. He's not picking on anyone. He didn't say anything negative about the trans community. He didn't say that. I don't understand how people found that post disrespectful.
Now, see, this, in my opinion, is the other side of the fight. It's people that have always had to fight. So they are stuck in fight mode, and that every little inkling of, of something going on, I got to stand up and this person needs to be canceled today.
But my thing is, I think that makes it more of a negative statement to the world when they do that, because then it causes everybody to have an opinion on something they wouldn't even know anything about. Now, when that post within the Shade Room posted it, got 19,000 comments.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the comments was not positive. So I feel like when we do those, this is my community, when we do those things and make an issue out of nothing, you also invite everybody to have now an opinion on it.
Absolutely. And also I feel like if instead of trying to knock him down, why can't you take a space and time to acknowledge and say, hey, let me educate you on how we feel. But then again, like when I think about what it was
what you gonna be educating?
Bad. Yeah, you're right.
He didn't say I don't know how y'all be transitioning, but he didn't say anything like that.
Yeah.
He didn't quote nothing. I mean, I don't know if he got mad at it. I don't. Beyonce now. If I put me a picture of Beyonce, that's disrespectful now. How do you...
Come on now.
I wasn't that funny now. It wasn't that.
Right. Yeah. I don't understand where the outrage is coming from either. And I don't know if that's because I'm not trans. But he obviously meant it as a joke, and so that's how it should have been taken. It should have been taken as a joke.
Correct.
He be doing the jokey stuff all the time, y'all. Like
all of the time.
And then even if you find him as a clout chaser or whatever, he's just gonna be that.
Right. Exactly.
I want to feel like Nene. If you stay on my timeline, you wouldn't know what I post.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes. Let me go ahead and put this up. Naughty Love said, "I am enjoying this panel. Thank you."
Thank you.
Sweetie. No. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you for joining us. Aaron says, "Glad you are enjoying it, Naughty Love." Tammy says, "Yes, Jonathan. We can't have nothing."
We can have nothing.
Right.
Naughty Love says, "The new addiction is attention and clout." Absolutely.
That's true.
And some people do anything for it. Anyway. Yes, Naughty Love. And she said that Lil Nas X is a troll. And yeah, we know that.
He is.
That's what he doing.
I feel like he means well.
I feel like that too.
He's so
and
playful.
She said, do anything for clout.
I like Lil Nas X though. It's something about him that is a little, I don't know. I'm just
happy
that he's living in his truth, and he's young. I mean, he's young enough to make those kind of mistakes and be real immature.
Right.
He'll be okay.
Because he's literally
I think he's like
age.
20. I think he's 20 or 21.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, early 20s.
Let me go ahead and verify for y'all.
Yeah, I know he's young.
Right, but I love Lil Nas X, and I think he's a great representation of himself. I don't think he does anything out of the box, like off the lines, like off the rip. Like he doesn't really do anything that's going to really cause a lot of commotion.
But just think about Chris Brown at 23 was throwing cheers at in CBS with the CBS window and
ABC GMA. Good Morning America.
I'm not saying I want to bring anything Nick. I like Chris Brown. I think he's in a positive up and up right now. So I'm not trying to bash him. But I'm just saying, Lil Nas X doing what he's doing right now, and what Chris Brown was doing at that time frame.
Child. Yeah, but Lil Nas X is 23. He's a youngin'. He's having living life. And to be honest, I can't hate. Joseph has signed the attendance tardy, but he has made it on in. He said, "Hey, my people, sorry for my tardiness."
Yes?
Thank you for joining us, Joseph.
1 point for attendance today. So.
Aaron said, "Glad you made it." We are glad you came. Glad you came. Regina says, "Hey y'all, sorry super late, got stuck helping Clovis set up his computer. But you're doing what you gotta do, sis.
You gotta help out your head.
We accept your tardy slip."
Not Joseph.
No.
Oh Lord. I didn't say that. He did. Joseph says, yeah, do what Tyrone said. Subscribe or else. I'm just saying. Thank you for subscribing, y'all. We really appreciate it here at jojoSPEAKS.
Yes.
Regina, they saying hey to Regina. Joseph said hey back to everybody. And of course, Nadia Love say hello to the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Let's move on.
Absolutely. So let's move on to the Oscars. So the Oscars was quite uneventful as far as I'm concerned. But one winner that stuck out to me was Miss Ruth E. Carter. She won for Best Costume Design for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. The thing that stood out to me the most was the fact that the legendary Angela Bassett was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, and she lost to Jamie Lee Curtis. I would have put money on Angela winning. Angela didn't even clap after the name was called, which I did not blame her for, because I think she probably was in shock a little bit, because I fully expected her to win that award. Did anyone watch? Are there any responses to the lack of winning for Black people?
This is super weird, but I never am able to say this. I've watched both of those movies, both Wakanda and Forever and Everything All at Once, that movie that Jamie Lee Curtis was in. I don't agree. The movie was good. I saw it on the plane out to Vegas, Jonathan.
Okay.
Me and Tara saw it on the plane out to Vegas. It was a good movie. Now, don't get me wrong. It was a very good movie.
It was a great movie. If
anybody was to win anything, I agree with the male supporting act that won.
Yep.
I would have wanted the female supporting one to win, because what Jamie Lee Curtis was doing up in there, it was incredibly random, and I just don't really feel like it was giving depth and acting chops like Angela gave in the Wakanda Forever movie. So I certainly disagree that no. I saw both movies and no.
Well, I haven't. Oh, go ahead, Tyrone.
The difference is clear. Clear, crystal clear. And I feel Angela was disrespected.
She was disrespected.
And not receiving this award.
She had a right not to look the way she looked. And she had a right for everything, because in my opinion, she deserved it. I saw both movies. No. It's a no.
I believe she deserved it as well. I really thought she was going to win, and I'm hoping that the Academy will give her at least an honorary Oscar, maybe within the next couple of years or so, as they did for Cicely.
Take that.
Cicely Tyson. She won an honorary Oscar. I think Sidney Poitier won an honorary Oscar, as well as the others that he won for the roles that he was nominated for.
That's more disrespectful to me.
Why do you say that?
They should have had them while they were in the movies.
You don't feel like I deserve a real Oscar, so you just give it to me because I think I should have gotten it. Like you feel.
I think that's better than nothing.
No, that's not better than nothing.
It's still acknowledgement.
It feels like an afterthought.
It is an afterthought.
We'll give you an honorary.
Well, you won't cry. We're gonna just go ahead and give you one on the side.
We're just gonna give you one. Since you look upset.
Honorary star.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Since you and your Black folks don't feel bad for everything, and say we don't ever support you, here you go. That's how I will take it.
Be happy.
And that's how I feel about that. I don't think that's enough. Regina said hey to everybody. Nadia Love says Angela was robbed, and we do
absolutely.
You know, I'm going to play devil's advocate as I always do. Not saying that I don't want Angela to win. Cause I think Angela should have won, because the body of work. I haven't seen neither one of these movies now. I haven't seen Wakanda Forever, neither one of them, and I haven't seen Jamie Lee Curtis movie at all. I like both actors, of course. I'm more of Angela's side. I only seen one movie with Jamie Lee Curtis in it, and I've seen plenty of movies with Angela Bassett in it. But I think that I'm just going to speak for me.
Okay.
Of course, I want Angela to win, because the body of work. She's one of the best actresses in the entire world.
Absolutely.
And probably one of the best Black actresses out there.
Yes.
Period,
yes. And so, of course, I wanted her to win. Now, both of these women, neither one of them had an Oscar.
Right.
Jim Lee for his first Oscar also. So people, I'm kind of in the fence. I don't know. I don't know. I just say it's.
So do you think that the Academy gave it to Jamie Lee because they felt like she might not get an opportunity in the years after?
I don't think that. That was never crossed my mind. I just felt like maybe they just. I don't know who's voting behind the scenes, but they probably didn't watch Wakanda. I'm sure they wasn't of African descent, so they probably didn't watch it. So of course they probably gave it to Jamie Lee because I'm sure they saw that movie. But I'm not saying No, I just feel like I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like it was any kind of spitefulness in this one right here.
Tyrone, what you got to say?
The only spitefulness that I see in this is the fact that Wakanda Forever is a comic book based film.
That's what I was going to say.
That's the whole reason why. We all know that the awards have not been favorable to comic book based film. It is always overlooked.
And the Black Panther / Wakanda Forever movies, they are some of the most awarded comic book based movies. Period.
Right. I don't know if any other comic book based movie has been nominated for an Oscar in the past, to be honest. At least not that I can think of, because I'm sure it would have been announced and would have been put on blast. But, that's what I was going to say, Tyrone. I feel as though the fact that it was a comic book movie lessened Angela's chances of winning. Although she did win the Golden Globe for it. But the Golden Globe is a different award from an Academy Award. So,
I call the BS on all of it. Naughty Love said, clear! And I agree with her. It was clearly wrong. Angela deserves an Oscar, no honorary.
Gotcha.
And Erin also says, I love how Erin puts in her opinion. She has an amazing opinion. I don't understand the honorary Oscar, so I don't have an opinion on that. It's just confusing.
It is confusing.
I love it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want an honorary Oscar. I know I wouldn't want that.
You want an honorary?
I just want her to have
honored.
I just want her to have that golden statue.
Just give it to her.
But honorary, do you get a statue with honorary Oscar?
You do.
Yeah.
You get an Oscar.
What is it? Honorary Oscar.
Honorary Oscar.
That's what it says.
I would put that under the cabinet.
And so, speaking of the Oscars, we all know about the huge Vanity Fair after party that goes on. So Miss Ciara hit the runway almost damn near naked. She had a very see-through black gown on with the netting that showed her little tatas. And people are going crazy about it. Now, Rihanna wore an outfit similar to this. It was actually gold to a fashion award show.
It was amazing.
That looked beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Thousands of Swarovski crystals that were hand put onto the dress. And people thought it was beautiful. But do you think the reaction to Ciara is because of the image that she has, where she is married to Russell Wilson, and she's claimed to be this Christian woman, and she's got 3 kids, and what are your
think
thoughts?
People look at Ciara as a Christian woman. And
Oops. You might want to slow down with that one, sir.
Oh, they do?
Yes. She is the hope of every Christian woman. How she talking about how she prayed for Russell and all that stuff. And they were just seen doing a church service in a prison right?
in Florida.
But here's my thing about this.
Who are looking at Ciara, though, as a Christian woman because she did that? I mean, I don't know anybody talking about Ciara being a Christian woman or saying that she represents that
Christianity.
I'm telling you, on her side of town, in her world, the pictures that I've seen is pictures of them on their knees in front of the altar. Well,
I can understand what you display, but I still don't think nobody is saying. I promise you. They're saying. I want to see one of these people that says she's of the cloth.
Now there ain't nobody saying she a woman of God, but. She's saying
but
that
I don't think people look at Ciara as, or maybe my age folk don't see Ciara as Christian. I don't know because I don't.
I would say that, yes. We don't see her as that.
No.
I think maybe more the general public would see that side of her.
Maybe that be different then, because when I met Ciara, well, I think that you could still be a Christian and still go out there and wear what she had on.
Right, I agree wholeheartedly.
And
we are the one with the prayer every Saturday morning at 10-ish a.m. I certainly have, if her husband felt comfortable and froggy enough to let her have all of her body out, and he had his same face on, looking just fine with his arm around his wife. As long as Russell was fine, ain't nothing I can say.
Right, exactly. Right. And she wouldn't have done it if he would have been uncomfortable with it. You know that. I know that.
Right.
Now, I wasn't. It was ugly to me, but
it wasn't a cute one.
I didn't think it was that flattering.
Rihanna did it way better.
Yeah,
Rihanna did it so much better.
Rihanna like she had hers custom made. Ciara like she had picked hers up at the store real quick before she.
Right. It was really giving. It was really giving Forever 21 to me. Like it was really giving Forever 21.
And the G-string.
And the G-string. Yes. It looked so.
The pasties.
Right. Yes. But come to think of it, has Ciara? I mean, she has to look good in a lot of clothes because she has a nice body. Has she ever been one of those girls who would be like, "Oh, she is killing the game"?
No,
that's what I was going to say.
She does do a lot of fashion.
But she is not that standout girl that's did you see what Ciara?
Not on the carpet.
Right. Yeah.
Because during Fashion Week, she certainly serves a lot of whole fashions and stuff like that. But when you see her on the red carpet, I've never really been
Ciara's outfits I can probably afford and get.
Yeah. Now I will say when I will say when Ciara went to the Met Gala when the category was camp and she had that huge afro and she had that green dress on, I thought that looked absolutely gorgeous.
She has a lot of great moments.
She's had some great moments. That's probably my favorite fashion moment from Ciara because that huge afro was everything. That thing was everything.
For some reason, I like it when she has a little small bob.
Right.
Or when she has a pixie wig. I don't know. I like this because I like to see the whole body. I like y'all don't try to turn me into a lesbian, but I do like to see the shapes of women. She look real nice. I really like her
nice shape.
I have no problem pointing out when things look good, and she makes some clothes look really good.
And after 3 kids, and she still is intact everywhere. Like she looks
still
great.
Good.
And I think she had no work done. I don't think she has any work done.
The only work she's had is on her toes.
Is it what?
Her toes.
Oh, well. You know what?
You're really guys.
But I really, I still just bring it back. I still don't think nobody gets Ciara as the cloth though. Like, ooh, girl, you got a Christian girl. I just never heard any. I haven't heard Christianity or Christian and Ciara in the same speech.
Well, we the gays.
Other than that prayer she prayed for that got Russell.
We really don't get into like the personal lives that much into our faves' lives. We love their music and we go up for their music for the most part.
Well, yeah, the gays too, but I have a lot of straight girl friends too, and I have never heard nobody say, "Oh my God, Ciara, oh, I can't wait to be just like her, so I can't wait to go to church and represent what she." I just haven't heard that. I don't think nobody looks at her.
It's not really that prevalent for Ciara. But you know,
I'll say Christian adjacent, but the reason why people so upset is because people have seen them in Christian moments and they don't expect her to wear that, or there were Christians that were leaning more towards her because they believed that she did what she had to do prayer wise to get her man. And now look at what you're doing. It's like if
she had a life before Russell.
For
sure. Yeah.
With Future, she was super cute during that era as well. Anyway, Regina says an honorary Oscar must mean they knew you should have won. Come on, Regina.
Right.
Yes.
No, you should have won, but they didn't want to pick you. So they don't want you to be all the way mad.
And that's why I suggested That's why I suggested that, because they know that she should have won. So they might as well just give her an honorary.
Well, if they know that I should have won, then I should have won the actual Oscar. Don't give me an honorary Oscar because you want to give it to somebody else. The real one.
That's true.
That would be. I would rather lose and give some honorary Oscar.
Exactly.
I do have one little quirky thought on it as well, going back to the whole Oscar thing. Is it possible what happened to Chris Rock had affected the vote on this?
So.
No.
And how about you get both of us an Oscar if you feel like
all of us need to win one?
Well, right. You get both of us one. It'll never be a tie.
Regina said they're only saying that about Ciara because she and Russell just did that prayer at the prison. See? Mm-hmm. With the prisoners. I believe that as well.
Absolutely.
Regina also says, let me go to Marshall's and shop for us.
The real reason I think they did, this is my opinion.
I'm sorry. She said, let me go to Marshall's and shop for a Ciara outfit at those great discount prices so y'all can stop talking about her.
I love Ciara and some of her fashions.
I love her too.
She did not go to Marshall's.
I don't think that people, this is my honest opinion, I don't think it had to do with prayer and the prisoners. I just think that because you are a married woman and you wore something like that out. I think that's what people are getting mad at.
I would agree. And with Russell's reputation, I think people are going off of how Russell's reputation seems to be that of a high and mighty man.
Russell loves his
absolutely.
I feel like Russell, Ciara went out there naked and Russell would sit right by her.
Okay, happily.
Right. Just the thing, all we saved for Russell was this clean cut image.
Right.
And she has mirrored that same energy over the last few years since being with Russell. And so when you see her step outside of that, you're like, hey, ho.
But we also got to think about what's going on behind closed doors, because you can have a clean cut dude all day, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you used to having these round away hood niggas all the time. But let me tell you what happened behind the closed doors. Let me tell you something. Russell get it.
Okay.
And get it good.
Honey.
Handles business.
And I know Ciara is probably getting it too.
Okay, I got two kids to show for it.
Okay. All right.
Trying to stay pregnant.
And he claimed the main one, and he claimed the first one too.
Okay. That's a real man right there.
That's a real, and it's like, I don't care how corny y'all may think he may be.
He's mine.
There's, in my opinion,
you made him
there's no way they'd still be together and the sex was on dry. I'm just saying.
Okay. Child. So anyways, any more comments before we get to SWV?
Because her body is now his party.
Okay.
Oh,
baby.
Yeah.
And he's invited.
Any comments to read before we move forward?
Can we talk about Blac Chyna? I mean,
yeah.
Because we have her on here.
She's on the headline.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Blac Chyna has had some surgeries to get some reductions taken care of concerning her plastic surgery, and she's taking us through the process. So do you feel like this is a great thing that she's opening up and allowing us to join her in her journey to become more natural, I guess?
You will never be natural when you already had surgery, boo. Okay, you can get it removed. You're still not natural to me. So you was natural when you was born with everything that you was born with. When you put silicone or whatever you had to make everything bigger, you will never become natural again.
Agreed.
They can take it out, even if you had a breast lift.
Mm-hmm.
That's not natural. Yeah. So, I mean, and we don't care. I don't think it's Blac Chyna.
I definitely don't care.
We could care less.
I was grasping at straws putting her on the list.
And I want to quickly say, I've seen her do an interview or whatever. She has talked about how she's put down her OnlyFans, her $143 million making, OnlyFans, and she said, my kids are getting older, I'm getting older, it's time for me to move forward. So it's just like, basically, since she's been a stripper all her life and showing her body all her life, she's trying to change her life. I'm curious to see how things will go. Hopefully she won't be in the eye of the people anymore.
Well, she already secured the bag where she had a baby by 2 celebrities, one of them being a Kardashian.
She'll be all right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, she will be okay.
Regina says, them church folks just mad because they ain't got that body.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is all solid facts, because if they had it,
they'll flaunt it.
They'd flaunt it. The same thing I say about, what's her name from Mary that had that nice looking dress on, Erica.
Yeah.
They hating because they ain't her.
Right.
Because they be up in church covering up their neck, their legs, and everything. If what?
I just thought about
it's so true. They'd have that tight bodycon dress on if they had the body just like that too. Moving on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hurry up because John's looking at me crazy. Tammy L says, "No, I'm just playing. I'm sorry."
Okay.
Tammy says, "What year? What year is it? That we talking about what this woman is wearing?"
Right. 2023. You lucky she had something on. Okay.
You lucky. Okay. Yeah. And lastly, Regina says, I ain't watching Chyna through this process. I already saw that show with her with the other chick. Was shaking the tables. Oh, you saw that show with
K. Michelle?
K. Michelle. Yeah.
Now her thing was too big now. Ooh, Jesus.
Right.
But also, she did so much to her face now. I gotta look twice.
But you know what? It look good. She don't touch it no more. She looks good.
As long as she leave it right where it is.
Don't go too far. I.e. look him.
So don't touch that. No, leave that right there.
All the way up.
Sure.
But
Tyrone.
I'll say this and keep it short. I'm proud of her going through this transition and journey into her better self, and I applaud her for that.
I'm curious as to what that looks like.
How long was she?
But does that make her a better person?
Yeah, I don't see her being a better person as a result of this.
That's where my question mark is. Like, how long?
Well, I never thought of Blac Chyna as somebody who's. I don't think she ever did anything too much in the industry. I mean, she just told her truth, but. She actually is a very respectable person. She was doing an interview about her mother and everything. Anything crazy. Even though her mom is in the news all the time talking about Blac Chyna going off. Yes, she could be very positive. So she's doing actually a great job. I haven't heard anything negative about Blac Chyna either. She doesn't talk down about her baby daddies, and they haven't talked bad about her.
Yeah,
so to be honest, she got to sue baby daddies so can do the job. But I'm just saying, she still hasn't said anything bad about them.
Yeah.
All right, so let's touch on the Queens of R&B really, really quickly here. The second episode took place this past Sunday. I want to say that I absolutely love the relationship between Coco and her son, Jalen. I love the fact that they are talking about getting their nails done. I love her support of him in all that he does. I think it's completely amazing. And also, I wanted to say that the fact that Latasha went to this meeting to get a new record deal, and then Rocky is going to act like he did not know that Escape was unaware of her taking this meeting is complete BS. Of course, he knew. I think he just wanted to add a little bit of drama to the scene. And I will also say that when Latasha did her little acapella, it was all right. You know what I'm saying? It was all right. That's it.
I will forever have this face when I think about Latasha from here going forward to the day I probably pass away. That stank face, because that girl, you lay it low and you spread it. I mean, it is nothing positive I can see about her right now.
No.
It's nothing. And that husband is giving me Kevin Williams vibes. I mean, not Kevin Williams.
Wow.
Kevin, what's his name? Wendy Williams' ex-husband.
I think his name is Kevin Williams.
No, it's not Williams, because Wendy Williams is her maiden name. It's
Hunter.
Oh, Kevin Hunter, yeah.
He's giving me the same vibes, especially when Candy said Tasha does not say anything about her brain. Then they cut to that interview scene where he was whispering in her ears, telling her what to say.
Producers.
I was like, no, that was for me. That was horrible. That's for you in a good light, and then for you to go out and do your solo career, and you to me, I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna let it go because it's time to go. What she is doing, putting the blame on everybody when it's really her, she's the issue. Is so horrible and it's downright dirty. And I really feel bad for Tamika because I feel like she's out on her own right now. But I just hope that they work it out. I really hope, because they're sisters at the end of the day, they're family. But Latasha, your solo career would not go anywhere past the shelf because how everybody's looking at you right now is not in a good light. And you better hope Motown Gospel keep you as an artist because they can't drop you with all this negative energy behind you right now.
They really can. And you say that Rocky gives you Kevin Hunter. He actually gives me Sydney, who is Monique's husband.
All of them are in the same thing.
That's who I see when I see him, because when he whispered in her ear and the producer asked her what he was saying in her ear, and he responded what she needs to say.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm sorry. That's a level of control that I do not like at all.
Yes.
And Latasha just stood there. She just sat there in silence.
Did you see her face though? That bothered me. That really bothered me.
She seemed uncomfortable.
I hope she's not getting I don't want to say it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to say it.
I don't think it's that. It's that verbal stuff, I believe.
The viewpoint of this show is all about alleged viewpoints of the people on this panel. We are allegedly saying these things. We don't know anything for a fact.
For entertainment purposes only.
Only,
all the commentary and
viewpoints
are alleged.
Alleged.
And then, might owe this music over here either.
Right. And for Escape to actually want top billing on the tour.
Ooh, child.
Coco said, do you know who I'm talking? Do you know who you're talking to?
Okay, I done sold 30-minute albums.
To your 7 million.
Okay.
But
that's true.
It is true. Now I will say, I don't think SWV. I love them as a group.
Absolutely.
I do think they should co-headline this show. That's just my opinion.
Right.
But I don't think SWV will be able to sell out an arena like Escape can. Right now.
Right. I do think more people will go to an Escape show than they would go to an SWV show.
Only because I think Candy and Tiny.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You know what? That makes sense because now, especially in Atlanta, of course, like they're gonna be fine. But
yeah, it's only because Candy and Tiny though. Because I didn't know Tiny and Candy was part of Escape until they came on TV. So that, if you want to be quite honest,
wow.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
And to be, and you know what's I have to reiterate this. What's crazy is like for all this time, and all I can do is think about when Candy first got onto Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was low key blaming her for them not,
continuing on.
Yeah, Escape not being able to move forward. And in this show, we are certainly finding out for sure that Candy is absolutely not the corporate. Now we got proof through action. It is crazy, and I know this is why she's doing all those after show videos. I know she is loving
Candy
this.
After show.
Yeah, Candy.
Right, and that's so told it all too.
Right.
Show the that told so many. Is like an eye opener. I'm like, okay, it makes so much sense now.
And then from what we're hearing, and I heard a radio thing that they did this morning, the three ladies of Escape thus far. It sounds like something else is going to happen that's going to be detrimental towards the group before the end of the 6-episode show.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So there's more to come. Our eyes are glued. I'm low-key upset that it's only 6 episodes, but I'm starting to see why. Aaron D says, I am loving this show. Well, I'm not loving watching Rocky, but else
than that, it's amazing.
Else than that, oh gosh, else than that. I haven't heard her say that like that. Anyway, it's amazing, and it's a really good show.
Yes,
and Aaron also says the sit down with Escape and SWV. I was so excited until Tasha came in.
Yeah, she has like dark cloud. Like she just said, ugh. I really think she's the voice. They won't be able to move on with her, but they won't be able to move on without her. But they are showing her.
They already showing her.
Right.
And
did you forget, girl? DC did not mind kicking the other 3 members out of the group quickly.
Okay.
And moving on.
What am I about to say? Danny Kane, King Jesus. That's what I'd be thinking about too.
Destiny Child.
No, I thought about Danny Kane did the same thing when they moved on.
Mm-hmm. They did.
Anywho, Tiny this morning says there was one promoter that had some hope in them, because they said that Rocky was going around talking to other promoters saying they're nothing without Tasha. Tasha is the group. They wouldn't be able to perform without Tasha. And that's the word he was pushing throughout the system, letting everybody know they're nothing without Tasha. Tasha's the number one. She's the lead singer. They won't be able to do it without Tasha. And they found one. Can I tell you, my God is good. They found one promoter that was ready to take a chance on them. And they got shows, and they've been able to prove that they can do just fine without them. And people talking. What's her name? What's Tasha's sister's name? Tamika. She's been singing her sister's parts.
And sound good too.
And they said she sound good, not fine, not okay, good.
Right. And I feel as though with the fans watching the show, they will understand why Tasha is not on the stage.
They won't want her on the stage.
Right, exactly. They probably won't want her on the stage.
And now we're going to look at her crazy if she does show up on the stage.
Let me tell you.
Oh, wow.
She has ruined her career now.
Yes, she does.
Because if I was Tasha, if I was Escape, you done said too much, your husband has said too much, and now I wouldn't even want you in the group. I will sell you your rights to whatever part of the group you would, for you to get out of it. I will pay you for you not to ever come on my show no more. I would never want you part of the group anymore.
No matter how good your music is, if people don't like
it, ain't good, girl.
They're not going to support you. Okay, Mike, go ahead and give us your social media contacts. Let's get on out of here.
Okay,
you can spot. No, so yeah, go ahead.
I do want to say, just for all the believers, people that believe in God. What's her name again? Tasha's sister. Tamika. So sorry, guys. The thing about prayer, she said this morning also on that radio thing, is that she's been praying for Rocky. She's been praying for her sister. She's been praying for her mother. Let me tell you something about prayer. The way that things start off is the exposure of the issue, so it can come out into the light.
Right.
That's how healing begins. As she continues to pray for her family, it's always going to get worse before it becomes better. And as they have to face the things that they have been doing to her. So that's the process. If you are going through something like that, just know when you start praying for them, things are going to come out. Right. And you're going to have to face them and then mow through it so that you can, get through that process. But I just wanted to make sure I said that out loud. She has started a process in her family. She may not understand it totally, but something's going on over there. We done.
All right.
2 years. Everything will be out.
And the prophet has spoken.
Mike, your social media contacts, sir.
Yes.
With your popping lips, honey. I see them lips shining. Yes.
Maybe it's Maybelline. No, take that back, because they ain't paying me. I ain't about to represent them.
Okay.
So yeah, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and also Twitter at Mr. Real 121. That's MRREAL 121. And if you want to see these popping lips on your TV screen, you can find me on YouTube at, I don't know yet, but it's coming soon.
Yes.
Yay! We've been waiting. We're ready for it.
Jennifer, are Mike's lips a representation of how my lips used to look back in the day?
You know,
used to tell me all the time that I used to wear too much chapstick.
You did, and to be honest, I think it was a little bit shinier than this. Yours will look like water.
What? Oh my goodness!
You know that water in Waterfalls, that music video.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how it looked to me. Go ahead and get it off of him. So gorgeous.
Excuse
So
you?
gorgeous. No, I'm just saying you weren't talking at the time.
Jennifer, Tyrone, give us your
Oh my God.
I would have cut off my camera too, okay? Because that sounded a little bit aggressive. Get that camera off of here.
Is it because I'm gay? I'm offended.
Okay, that's what I'm picking up on. Okay.
That's what you're picking up.
That's what I'm picking up on, honey.
Let me speak out.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Jennifer,
Tyrone, come on, y'all.
Cancel it, Jennifer.
They
call her.
I am the Light of the Leo. Won't you come join me on my channel? We are getting new subscribers every day, which is really awesome. People are really connecting with us and really starting to understand what I'm trying to do here. I am the light, so I am shining my light to make sure that you shine yours as well, helping us all to understand that we all are individuals, and as we operate in our individuality, this world will be a much shinier place. Thank you.
Well, Jennifer, what's the lip color tonight?
Okay, let me let me find it. It's this, this old thing, it's called Blac Chyna. It's a Revlon color.
Okay, it looks really pretty. I love it.
Thank you, Jonathan. And that's the Light of the Leo on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Taryn.
On the other half of this beautiful light over here, they call me Mr. TD McCallum. I'm a musician. You can find my music on all streaming platforms. I have 2 singles out. One is Drunk on Love, which is the cover of Rihanna's Drunk on Love from her 2011 Talk That Talk album. The other is my very first single called Groove With Me. Yes. Smooth jazz and the Washington, D.C. sound of go-go.
You'll love it.
Together. You'll love it. Check it out on all streaming platforms.
Speaking of Rihanna, I did see some clips of her performance at the Oscars. I thought it went really well. It looked
did you watch it, Mike?
Well.
I did. I watched it.
Oh, okay.
I watched the performance at the Oscars. I watched the performance.
Okay.
No comment.
The whole thing?
I watched the entire thing from beginning, unfortunately, to the end.
Oh, okay. And so you all can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is jojo_speaks3020. I'm also on Facebook, Jonathan Lee. You can also email me, williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, make sure you subscribe, share, like, comment, press the notification bell, all that good stuff. Make sure you join us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. But until then, we'll say bye-bye for now.
Goodbye.
We